Okay, good morning. This is Carl, and in this time, I really don't like what I'm saying, but anyway, about today, we're gonna try giving this a shot. I'm gonna see if we can't do a little bit of ab loosening, lower back stretching, ab core strengthening, and just trying to keep us all going. So I think we'll just go from there. So again, this is my first try, so I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go. And I know when I see this picture back at me, it's kind of scary, so bear with me. Anyways, we're going to start. I want you to lean it back. Going to keep our hands behind. I want our elbows slightly flexed. Don't let your shoulders roll up towards your ears. So we're going to stay fairly tall. We're going to take your legs up. We're going to bring our knees over to the side. We're going to slowly take them to the other side. So if you have back issues, or even just being in this position is really hard for you, you can go ahead and keep your feet down. We could do a rotation like this. I'm just trying to get a little blood flow into our hips, our back, our abs. Obviously your shoulders are stabilizing, so you're getting some in through the upper body as well. But we're going to take it around, and we're just going to count out 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll finish right there. So we're going to keep our feet down. I want your hands staying behind. Again, if that's too much pressure for you, you can always take your torsos down so your back is flat onto the mat or the floor. I'm going to take it up. I'm going to keep my hands back behind. Again, I'm keeping a slight bend in the knees. I'm going to extend my legs out a little bit. We're going to come forward and we're going to alternate. I want you to take your knee towards your chest. Same time, I'm trying to bring my chest forward towards my knee. Exhale as we're coming in. Inhale down. Slow. In. And let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and good. I'm going to go ahead and take this time to lace your fingers under your thighs. We're going to sit it back. I'm going to pivot to the side just to show you. So I want you to hang from your fingers. You're laced around there. You're just letting your torso sag down so your back is rounded. We're going to bring our chins to our chest. Just trying to get a stretch through the back, upper, middle, and lower back. I want you to take it up tall, bring your hands to the shin. Let's take it up and raise up from the sternum and the hips. Pin your shoulder blades back. Look it up just a bit. Okay. We're going to take it flat back. I want you to extend your legs out. We're going to keep a soft bend in the knees. I want the arms extended above the head. We're going to take an opposite arm and leg raise. We're going to exhale on the way up. Inhale down. Now we're not using a lot of heavy weight, obviously, because these are just our limbs. So breathing comfortably is just that. Do you want to be able to do this and breathe comfortably? We're usually trying to exhale when weight is coming along or away from the ground, and inhale when it's a little easier to bring it back down. So we're trying to keep our lower backs down, trying to bring our legs as close to perpendicular. It just doesn't really matter. We're just trying to, again, warm up, or keeping our heads down. And we're going to do 3 more. 2, 1, and that's good. So now I want you to bend your knees. We're going to keep our lower backs pressed down. I want your hands behind your head. we're going to cradle our heads with our hands. We're not pulling with our hands. So I want my hands, my head, my elbows, my shoulders, all moving at the same time. So we're just going to curl it up. It doesn't have to be very high. And you're exhaling, and then inhale. It's okay to exaggerate your breathing if you're having a hard time really focusing on when you need to breathe. But we're trying to exhale up and inhale down. So we're going to go through nice and slow. I want your lower backs to stay down, your chin stay up. If you feel like your chin is into your chest and you have your head down like that, you're going to be feeling more pressure in your neck and you might be pulling on your head. So even if you're just coming up a little bit, you're still using your core and your abs to raise that torso. And as your strength increases, your range of motion will also increase. You can try pushing that range just a little bit. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 more, 1 more. And we're going to keep the same upper body motion, but now I want us to slide. And we're taking a knee in and we're alternating. So as we take the torso up, we're bringing a thigh towards our chest. Now you can keep that leg locked at the knee, so you're just coming in, or you could extend it. If you want to make it tougher, you can extend it out a little bit further. If it needs to be easier, you don't necessarily need to bring your leg up all the way in. You can take it in deep, or you can take it in shallow. You have to go with what pace and what level feels more comfortable for your body. So if you feel like you're hurting yourself, you probably are. You need to ease back just a little bit. So we'll do 8 more, and 7, 6, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. We're now going to keep the same lower body motion, but I want you to turn your torsos. So as you turn your torso, I want you to keep your shoulder blade down. So if I'm going across with my right arm, I'm keeping my left shoulder blade down, and if I'm going across with my other side, the other side stays down. And again, same thing. So if we're doing upper body and lower body exercises or motions, you don't necessarily have to do the 2 combinations. You can do just the upper body, all right? Or you can continue to do the lower body without that torso rotation. But we're going to do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay, a lot of times when we're doing these exercises, I like to take the time to, if we're shortening everything up, bringing our muscles tighter in towards each other, I want to open it up. So I'm going to have you extend your arms up over your torso, over your head. Going to reach those hips out, extend the legs out. I have a slight arch in my back, so I'm getting just a little bit more of a stretch through my abs. If that doesn't feel comfortable for you, just bend your knees a little bit more and keep your lower back down. Alright, so we are now going to bring our feet in. We're going to keep our knees bent. So let's bring our hands alongside our hips. And we will do our right leg first. So I'm going to keep my right leg down. I want you to extend your left leg. We're going to keep that left leg up in the air. It's going to stay up there. And again, if that's too much resistance, we're going to rest it on the other thigh. But right now, if you're able to, let's go ahead and do a hip raise. And you exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. So while we're doing this, each time, everybody's got different levels of flexibility and range of motion. So I might be able to take it up high. It might be really hard for you just to get up to that level, and that's fine. You have to go at your own pace and do what your body feels more comfortable doing. each time you can, I'd like you to try to push that range as long as it doesn't cause you any pain. If you feel pain, then you shouldn't do it. So let's do 3, 2, 1. So we're going to raise it up this time. We're going to flare it out. We're going to bring it in and down. So we're going to take the hips up. The hips are going to stay up. We're going to take the leg out and bring it in. So when we take that leg out, I want you to try to keep your hips flat to the ground. So I don't want you to rotate your hips over. We'll just take it out, bring it in and down. Up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, 3. Up, out, in, 4. Exhale. 5 more. 4, 3. Now you're going to feel this in the glute on that right side. 2, a little in the hamstring. 1 more, obviously on this inner thigh as we're coming in. And 0. So now I want you to take that right leg, the leg that we had down that was doing most of the work, to elevate the hips. We're going to bring our hands on the back of that calf. Keep a soft bend in the knee. Let's take that leg in. Relax your body. Alright, I'm going to put my right foot on that left thigh. I'm going to put my right hand on that right thigh. I want to extend that leg out. I'm stretching into the hip here because my hips are tight. Yours might not be. Mine are. So now we're going to keep this right leg elevated. Keep that left foot down. Hands are alongside the hips. So when you do this, I want you to relax your torsos from mid-torso up. We're just keeping our hands down alongside our hips. We're going to raise the hips up and down. Exhale up, inhale down. 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and 0. So now we're going to extend, flare that hip out, or leg out, not the hip. Leg in and down. So leg up, hips are stationary. Bring that out and down. So up, out, in, 1, up, out, in, 2, up, out, in, 3. So try to relax those upper bodies. You still have to stabilize. Let's do 5 more. So it's up, out, in, and 4, up, out, in, 3, up, out, in. Let's do 2, up, out, in. 1 more, up, out, in, and 0. So we're going to keep that right foot down. We're going to take this left leg up. I want your hands on the back of that calf. We're going to take that in. Don't force it. Just take it in nice and easy. Trying to let that leg relax. We're stretching into the glute a little bit. So some of you who are going to see this, you might not have been able or have never done a class with me. And some of you have. And I'm thinking about all those people who have and their faces, and it's keeping me smiling. And I'm hoping you guys are smiling too. Because it was always good having you in class and interesting. And hopefully it'll begin again sometime soon. Alright, so I'm going to release that. I'm going to take it over to the left side of the torso. So I'm going to be on the left side. We're going to keep our knees bent. I'm going to elevate my hips. So again, if this doesn't feel comfortable for you, You can do this with the hips down. I'm going to put my right hand behind the head. Again, my hips are elevated. You can keep them down if you need to. We're going to rotate that torso and then come up. So same thing I was telling you before. My head, my hand, my elbow, and my shoulder are all moving at the same time. What ends up happening a lot of times are people do this, and I guess that's a good chicken wing shoulder exercise. But we're going to get a little bit more into the core if we get that rotation. And if this is too easy for you, you can always take it up so that your hips are elevated, and then you're just rotating still, but you've got your hips up, and so you've got to stabilize a little bit more. We'll do 3 more. I'm going to take it down in 2, 1, and 0. So I'm going to make this a little easier. We're going to take it down to the floor, extend that left arm out. I'm going to try to keep the knees and the hips stationary. I'm going to bring my right hand behind the head, and I want you to come up and over and then down. Again, this is a little easier than what we did before. So this is an option if that other exercise that we did right before this was a little too much. Let's do 4, 3, 2 more. And I'm trying to bring my right shoulder as close to the floor as I comfortably can. 1 more, and 0. So I'm going to keep my knees and hips angled over to the left. I'm going to keep my hands behind my head. I'm going to do just a set of short contractions. I'm staying more towards the upper side of this range. So I'm coming up. And again, you can stay at the lower side of that range, but I'm staying a little higher for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and 0. I'm going to extend my right leg out. Let's extend my left arm out. So my left arm is on the floor, right hand behind the head, left leg's extended. I want you to come up. We're going to do that rotation. We're taking that right shoulder towards that right knee. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Now you might feel this in your neck because gravity's pulling you down. So you can bring that hand a little tighter towards your neck. You can keep your eyes so you turn more towards that right shoulder and elbow. Let's do 3, 2, 1 more, and 0. All right, I'm going to stretch it out a little bit because that's what I do. I'm going to take that right leg, we're going to extend it across the torso. I want you to take your right arm, bring it over across the body. And again, I'm trying to let my body relax. I'm not trying to force it down. I'm trying just to let everything let go. And sometimes it's a little hard to let go. That's where breathing comes in. Focus on your good inhalations and your relaxed exhalations. Alright, we're going to take it over to the right side. And as is always my problem when I do classes, I don't usually script them. I just kind of let my body flow along with what the music's playing. I'm not playing any music because I'm just trying this all out. And I don't know if the music would drown me out. I don't know. Again, I'm just playing with this, so maybe next time I'll have some music for us to listen and be guided by. Alright, so we're going to bring the hips up. If you did this on the other side, do this on this side. And you want to make sure you try to do an even amount. So We're going to keep our hips stationary. We're going to rotate down. Exhale up. Inhale. Exhale. Nice and smooth. And no matter what speed you do your exercises at, I want you to always be in control. Whether it's fast, whether it's slow. I generally tend to do things a little slower just because it's easier to control most of the time. And usually we don't get that momentum. We're just going to do one more after this one. Alright, that's good. We're going to take it down. I want you to extend that right arm out. We're going to bring our knees up. We're trying to keep our knees and hips rotate or stationary when we rotate across. So we're going to take it up and over. And again, head, neck, and shoulders, elbows, all moving at the same time. So again, I'm just trying to get a good stretch as I go back. If I go nice and slow, I can focus on just letting my body relax. And we have a little bit more blood flow in certain areas. That gives us a little bit more ability to be a little bit more pliable. So that muscle has a little bit more ease for movement. We'll do 2, 1, and we are done with that particular exercise. We're going to keep the knees over to the right side of the body. Put my hands behind my head. And we're just going to go up nice and easy. We'll do short contractions. And I might have this a little out of order, which is usually the case with me. I try to get all my exercises in. Sometimes I mix them up a little bit, but I still try to get them all in. So again, head, neck, and shoulder coming up. Same time. We exhale, we inhale. Exhale, inhale. And because I talk most of the times through class, I'm usually breathing through my talking. As you can tell, my hip is a little tighter on this left side. My knees are elevated a little bit higher. I need to work on that stretch in this hip, which I will do a little later. Let's do 2, 1, and good. I want you to extend that right arm out. We're going to take this left leg up. We're going to keep that left hand behind the shoulder, behind the head, our shoulders coming up. We're going to take that left shoulder over and across towards that left knee. And exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. So again, an extended leg, it might be too much resistance. You might just raise that leg up just a little bit. You might just keep it down. This is still a little tougher when you're coming up and across than what we did a little bit ago with that rotation coming down. So we're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And that's good. So I want you to extend that left leg out. We're going to take our left arm, bring it out to the left. Again, let your body let go, release. Focus on your breathing. Nice, relaxed. And a lot of times as you exhale, you can feel your body just open up just a little bit more. That shoulder coming down a little closer to the floor. Alright, we're going to finish up with that. I'm going to take us over. We're going to do another stretch that I like to do. And Dennis, this is for you. I'm going to take it up on my elbows. I'm going to raise it up. So I'm trying to stretch my abs a little bit more It's not just a raise. I'm trying to elongate my body. So I'm coming up, but I'm not really trying to raise up just from my lower back. I'm trying to let my belly sag down, keep my forearms down there. At the same time, I'm trying to pull just a little bit in that direction. I'm not having to raise myself up or drag myself across the floor. I just want that little bit of tension. Try to open up my torso. I feel a little bit longer and deeper stretch. Oh, that feels good. All right, we're going to take it up to the hands and the knees. So I want your hands under your shoulders. We're going to do a basic, I call them bird dogs. We're going to take an opposite arm and an opposite leg extension. We're reaching it up. And I'm trying to inch forward because my legs were out of picture. So let's just breathe it out, breathe it in. So some of you might notice that you're struggling a little bit with balance. So remember, it's the opposite arm and leg. It's not the same side arm and leg. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Let's do 8, 7. So as I'm doing this, if you're looking at my back, I don't want my back to have that excessive arch, and I don't want my back to be rounded. I'm trying to find that neutral ground. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. And good. I'm going to take it down to the forearms. So I'm doing this for my back, my hamstrings, my shoulder, my core. All that's kind of included there. We're going to keep our forearms down. I want to take my left leg. I'm going to keep the knee bent. I'm just going to raise up from the hip. I'm trying to isolate that glute a little bit. So as I come up, I'm trying to flex into the glute. All right, glutes are good powerhouses to keep us moving. We want to stay mobile and strong. So let's do 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and good. So I'm going to have you bring it up. This one's a little bit tougher. So extend that leg out. We're going to bring our right hand behind the head. This one is a little bit more advanced, so if you want to try it, fine. Otherwise, you can take the time to stretch. I'm just going to do a short set. So we're going to take that right shoulder, we're going to rotate it down, and then come back up. So I'm trying to keep that left leg stationary. 2, 3. Let's just do 2 more. 1 more. And 0. So I'm going to put my knees down, I'm going to drop my hips back. As I do that, I'm going to take my left arm out. I want to rotate my hips over to the left. I'm still hanging kind of into that stretch. I'm letting the weight of my hips, my torso, stretch into the hip and the glute on that left side. Alright, I'm going to swing it over so I can show you the other side. Alright, so you're going to take it to the forearms. I want you to take that right leg. We're just going to raise it up. So as you come up, think more in terms that it's not just raising that thigh up, it's flexing that glute in. So I'm squeezing my glute at the top. I'm contracting it in. Firm glutes, strong glutes, or happy glutes. So we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's good. Let's bring it up to the hands. I want you to extend that right leg out. Let's take that left hand behind the head. And actually, I think I'm going to switch it around just so you can see that torso rotation. Alright, so that right leg's extended, left hand's behind the head. We're rotating the torso and then we're coming up. So it's exhale, inhale, exhale, We'll do 3 more. 2, 1, and good. I'm going to sit it back, rotate over to that right side, stretching that hip and glute. I'm not keeping track of time, so I have no idea what time or how long we've been going. I'm just going to keep going. And I'll tell you when a good time to stop if you want to stop, or if you want to keep going, we'll keep going. I'm just going to do a few more exercises, and then we might do a little stretching. So I'm going to take it to a plank position. So we can do this on the forearms and the knees, or the forearms and the toes. Same thing about the back. I don't want my back to be arched. You can keep it up higher. I'm trying to keep that back flat. We've done a lot of rotation stuff, so maybe we'll just do some basic, we'll do just a little hip raise. So exhale. I'm trying to focus more by pulling my belly button up towards my back. Raising the hips up at the same time. Up. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. After this last one, we're just going to hold it, alright? So, and that's the last one. I want you to just hold that. Try to keep that head and neck relaxed. Don't sag down into your shoulders. Let's try to stay somewhere in between. We'll just hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's good. So let's put our knees down. If you don't already have them down, we're going to drop our torsos back. I want you to extend your arms out. Just hang into that stretch. Let's keep our hands down. And I want you to bring your torsos, try to extend them through the arms. I'm trying to bring my heels down towards the floor. Trying to keep my back flat. I'm going to walk my feet forward. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to drop my hips down. And I'm going to bring, not everybody's got the flexibility to do this position, so you might stand up and do it in I'm going to be out of the picture here, and do it in this position, alright? Otherwise, if you're able to, I'm going to keep you down here. I want you to bring your elbows to the inside of your thighs. Let's push them out a little bit. We'll get a little inner thigh stretch. And I'm going to take it down, let my legs extended out to the front. I'm going to bend my knees to the side here. I'm going to keep a flex in the knees. I want you to take your torso forward. You might need to bring your hands under your thighs, under your calves. If you're able to, you have that flexibility. You can bring them to your feet. You just take those torsos down. Again, just focus on relaxed breathing. And that, kids, is going to be it for today. So I hope you have a healthy, happy day. And I'll try to put something out there pretty soon. If you like it, that's awesome. And if you can use it, better. Otherwise, I'll be in touch. Take care.